Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another Animal Crossing Island tour video. In this video, we are going to a very unique island. I know I say that about all of them, but this one, oh my goodness. Let's go forward to a dystopian future. As well as guys, as usual, make sure to hit the subscribe button and like the video if you liked it. That's all I ask. There's an interview at the end of this video, as well as footage of a different time of day. So if you're interested in that, make sure you stick around till the end. And we have arrived. Okay, how do I say that? Tuonela? I'm gonna find out in the interview. I'm definitely gonna ask. But look at that, guys. Right as we enter the lighthouses and the skull radios there, leaving such a really, really cool vibe. I'm gonna pick up these presents. I believe there's 8 of them as we come in through the entrance here. Already off to a really cool start, as well as guys, there is a little trailer for the release of this island. I thought it was really, really cool and creative. The creator of this island just goes above and beyond with everything. Don't mind my lost item. Don't worry. I'll give it back, okay? All right. I'll see you guys in the future once I've opened up all of these. All right. So we have a really nice outfit. We have Mint's photo, which is probably their favorite villager. And they got me a ladder. I already have one, but they made sure that I can get around the island. Okay, let's get dressed up. Chain pants and got me the uniform. That is awesome. Look at me. This is just perfect. Okay, I'm gonna have to lead the way right up until here. I'm gonna quickly check the map. So, wow, this is really cool. The terraforming everywhere just makes it look almost like a swamp. And over on the bottom left corner, you can see like a circle with a square. Honestly, this is just mind-blowing. I can't even begin to guess what half of these things are. And the terraforming is just crazy. The villagers, we got Hazel, Spike, Mint, Rosie, Sprocket, Static, Ribbot, Biscuit, Leopold, and Tasha. Okay, these are really unique. I absolutely love the taste. And we have Joe right there. Joe Mama. And the dream address is right there at the bottom, guys. I don't know why I made that joke. Don't cancel me. All right, let's check out the passport really quick. All right, and here is the passport. Hi. Hey, what's up? That picture is really cool. I can't say it. They have pears, which is the exact same island fruit as me. We have plausible person. It's true. They are plausible. You know what I mean? It's a little less than valid. You're not very valid, but you're a valid, plausible person. You know what I mean? Joe, March 11th. And again, the dream address is right there at the bottom. All right, without further ado, let's get this island tour started. All right. We enter through here and we have these gothic mirrors, but they're backward, which is really, really cool. And we have Ribbot. And is the flag just black? Okay, yeah, maybe it is just black. And already right at the start, we're going up here and they actually found a use of these metal stairs, which you do not see very often. It is actually quite rare that people actually use those. Okay, we're going to go here and it's perspective. So this is the city side. So we're obviously on a bridge above the city. Really love the perspective faking. Look at the way they put the, I guess, the lanterns as streetlights. Now that's really, really cool. I'm in love with it already. I love the snow like around everywhere. It kind of looks like ash in a little bit of a way, which I did in another tour, which I'll link right there in the top right corner. But it kind of feels like there's ash falling from the sky. And oh my goodness, look at this metal. It's like rusted metal. Like on rooftops with these solar panels. Really cool. People are hanging laundry here. We go down here. Wow. It seems so... Look at that. That view is really cool. We have flammable barrels and a little bit of a junkyard. Oh, yes. I do know in some cities they actually make islands out of trash. Like literally they will like take all the... This is the residential apartments. Wait, are these apartments? Or is that the apartments? I think those are the apartments in the background, but the ones in front of me are not. And trash. There we go. There we go. So yeah, there's like different islands where they actually just like fill with trash and then they put like sand or dirt over top, a bit of both. And it actually just creates a new landmass that they can actually like inhabit, which is something we might have to do in the future. All right, so we go up here. We have fires everywhere. Wow. That's not common, but it blends in really well. You would have no idea that's actually leaves on fire. So we come here and I remember seeing this on the map. I love how like dynamic it is. You can see like smokestacks here. They are using these like barrels as smokestacks, and that is just so cool. Thinking of doing that, we have the... Oh my gosh! I've seen beaches decorated, but never quite to this extent. The beach at the bottom actually was decorated to be like a trash island, and this is actually... Oh man, it's full of barrels, and over there, that actually looks like a turbine of some sort. That is so unique. And this is so... What? What? Look at that! Water power, it's... The waterfalls are spinning the turbines. Oh my god. And that explains the smokestacks, and it also explains the... Well, it doesn't explain the smokestacks. It sort of does, but it doesn't. But it explains the power lines. Oh. So unique. I've never seen somebody do something quite like that before. Oh, did I accidentally... Was I supposed to go down here? Kind of a bit of a barrel issue. I bet he did. I feel rude coming in here. It was an accident, but curiosity got the better of me. That is so cool. All right, that was really, really cool. And now we are coming back here, and we're going to go back up. It's a huge maze, and it's so, like, zigzagged in a way. So unique with the water running everywhere and the grates. You know, I think it's just so great. Okay, we're going to move on past that joke, but this house right here actually blends in with these, kind of the metal everywhere. Oh, look at that. That looks really cool and industrial. I'm sure we can go inside. It is rivets and sprockets work. Let's go in here. Workshop. Okay. Wow. Things are just popping in and out because there's so many things here, but it's not lagging, surprisingly. All right, that... Is there no more to the right? No, there is no more over there. It's just barrels, but now we can still go back here. Multiple ways to get to every single part of the island. I love to see it. We love to see it. Look at that. How do they make trash beautiful? That is so cool. And this is obviously a lineup for something. Oh, another perspective that is faked. I love it. More incredible perspective faking. Oh, ignore my squeaky chair. It is... I need a new chair. I really do. But look at this. Oh my. More creative ways to have smokestacks, and the ambiance is incredible. Wow, it really looks like an incredible city view. I don't know how many times I'm going to say incredible. Maybe like 10 more times, but look at the way through the jail bars. We have the lights of the backwards, I think, diner sign. Those look unbelievable. We have perspective faking right here to some sort of tunnel or quarry. It's obviously under construction still. Maybe a subway? Wow. Jail. Or maybe just a sort of dystopian like housing unit. The floating satellite just works so well here. A power plant and living quarters. Yeah. The power plant is... Wow, look at that over to the right. And I love how you just can't enter there. It has clear do not enter signs. They have, like, these are wet floor signs, but it's a do not enter one. And it looks like they're burning something for power. I'm not sure. Let me go up here. What? Look at the way the perspective makes it seem like it just... Wow, this is a different kind of perspective faking. I just saw that now. Let's look really quickly at it. It looks like it just goes infinitely back that way. You see what I mean? It doesn't seem like it's going down. It seems like it's going further away in like the curve of the world. Oh, that is so creative. I love that. And over here, again, another really pretty view. We're gonna head... Oh, look at those like fireplaces over there. Really works. All right, and over here. Oh, yeah, we saw this before. It's the piano, but it's like the graffiti one. That is really awesome, and I love how you have to squeeze in there. It's like a kind of... I don't know, there's something cool about having it hidden. I feel like everybody wants like their own little hidden away things. At least I do, when I was growing up. And these are cars, but like futuristic dystopian ones that were probably like built by hand. It's a little gas station. And we go over more barrels. Oh my goodness, it's just barrels of fun over here. And... oh, it's a rock quarry. Okay. This is what we saw from up there. I remember that. The mine. No, it's the yours. Look how so selfish calling it the yours. Like, ugh. I hate it. I hate selfish people. Oh man. Laughing at my own jokes. It's okay. Somebody's got to do it, right? Very cool. I've never seen somebody do something quite like that. Most of this island, I would say, I have never seen somebody do something like that. So, really good start so far. All right, coming back up here. Oh, look, there's a little microchip over there. Interesting. It's the little details that really start to add up and really create this really nice experience. You know what I mean? And we go, oh, little secret area. Again, there's oh, this is what we saw, the like, chimney stacks. We got stacks on stacks over here. Look at that view. That's incredible. Leg City. I love it. You could call it Leg City, but wow, they have literally like 1,000,001 things here. Oh, you can hear a generator too somewhere. Just for like the effect of it, but wow. That is a unique view. That is incredible. Just the use of items, like over there in the top right corner, I'm going to zoom into it right there. You can see a film projector. There's actually a film projector there. Shining in our face, making it look more foggy, and like another one right there. It really adds to everything. I wonder how hard this was to make. Honestly, like I can't imagine having to climb up there all the time, place things down, come see what the perspective looks like, and slowly build it up over time. It must be such a pain in the butt, honestly. And we're going down here. Interesting pathing up there. I don't know what that is. And it seems like, wow, backwards tents that we got in the Christmas or rather the Toy Day update. And that is like almost like pyramids. And we have more leaning towers. Oh, it's like a work of art over here. It literally is heading into nature. Ooh, I like changing it up a little bit. And going over here. Looking up. Wow. Look at all the weeds on the ground. So I just recently put out a video giving you guys tips on how to get rid of weeds. And one of them, if weeds are really annoying you, you literally just place them down effectively and make them look pretty, because they can look pretty. Like, it feels so much more naturey here than it would have otherwise with just the grass. The way everything seems overgrown, and hyacinths are just perfect. So moving over this way. Ooh, look at those bushes. They actually bloomed. That's blooming cool. I get it. It's a blooming. Never mind. That's my mom says that all the time. It's kind of funny. She's British. Ooh, the campsite right there. Look at the forest, like the mushroom forest. So cool. Wait, can I get a better view of this? Yeah, and guys, I want you really just to look at this. Like, look at that. Just this right here. It looks so interesting, the way they made like their own pillars and lamps and stuff. They're really getting creative with a lot of different items on this island. It is mind-blowing. Going over here to the right, I think this is going to be the secret beach. I just realized right now, I don't have my map up. Oh no, I usually have it always on. Sorry about that, guys. Up to this point, I didn't have it, so yeah, what can you do? Nothing I can do about it now. So no, the secret beach is actually a bit more to our right, and we haven't gone there quite yet, so we will see it soon. And we have some more like elegant core stuff. That's how I would describe all the colors here and the different use of items. Works really well with the snow. So we were in nature, and I think I'm supposed to go here and look up. Yeah, more just, this is definitely elegant core over here. over there. Oh, it's a wishing well. That makes so much more sense. Okay, that's really, really, really cool. And I like their take on the path. It's over top of brick, maybe? It's really interesting. All right, and now we're gonna go down this way. So we have the Able sisters, which is really, really... Whoa, what are the Able sisters doing here? I was gonna say really, really cool, but I guess the Nooks would like, Timmy and Tommy, Nook's Cranny would be more downtown in like the more dystopian place. But in nature, I guess, Mabel and Sable would definitely be able to live in nature a bit better. Get it? Because, anyway, this is really interesting. It is a complete stark difference from the right side of the island to the left. Absolutely so crazy, and I believe during the interview, which will be at the end of this video, will actually be only this side of the island during the day, because the other one plays on a lot of nighttime light effects, and it just is not the same when it is during the day. Very cool. Very, very interesting that you have such literally completely opposite themes from the right to the left. And that's an idea for you guys. You could split your island into 2 different themes, maybe even 3. There's an island tour right in the top right corner right now that actually has 3 different themes, and it is just literally using the word dynamic. I know I overuse it because I love that word. It just means it's changing all the time, and this island is like that. It has great change from place to place, and it constantly surprises you. Really, really awesome. And this is where we get our ladders out, but I'm already prepared. I only made that mistake once of going to an island without a ladder, and it sucked, and we have... Ooh. Let's pull out my camera. That is so cool how it just goes off into the distance. Like, a lot of perspective faking done on this island, and that is just really cool. I love seeing infinity pools, but it's like in nature, so you could actually see a bridge in the background. That is really cool. Absolutely spectacular. And I guess they ran out of ramps, because you can only have, I think, 8 on an island, and they already had a lot of them, so it's really kind of silly. I think Nintendo should raise that limit. I don't think it lags or does anything really weird, but it definitely takes away from some of the creativity. But we still got up there with a ladder, so no complaints in the end. Ooh, what is this? This is the bridge we saw in the background from earlier, past the infinity pool. I guess it wasn't infinity. I think it just had a waterfall of sorts over there. I think maybe we might be able to see it later. I'm not sure. Oh, very intense look. Very, very intense. Don't intimidate me. Come on. I know I'm wearing this cool gas mask, but, you know, I'm not cool. Ooh, and we have a very celestial beach over here. Ooh, look at the turbines in the background. We have the star fragments lining this path, which I do not know how to explain. It almost seems evil and corrupt. I don't know. I don't know if that's what it is. Mint! It is a shrine to Mint. With some more power generation over here. Mint, oh my goodness, let's bow. Do I have bow here? Yes. Boom. Okay. Beautiful. A nice little clap for me. Oh, you just whipped out a ladder, so let's go up here. Look at that fountain. Beautiful. With their own like custom light pillars. That is really cool. I don't know the name of the item at the bottom, but I think you all can figure that out. That's really cool. This is such an interesting place to put the house. I completely forgot that it would be here, and this is so unique. I've never seen people actually put it over here on this little pier that I think everybody has, but there we go. I will see you guys inside. Oh, what? This is unbelievable. What a complete difference from the rest of the island itself. This is all nature, completely quiet. You know what this reminds me to do? It reminds me to subscribe to Chase Crossing and like the video if you haven't already. But seriously, this is, wow, I can't get enough of this. What is up here? On the top of a mountain, it seems like. It's really interesting that Joe actually made this whole half of the island, this dystopian future with this really like futuristic, literally the opposite of nature. And then the house that he chooses to decorate is just all nature and just beauty. Really, really interesting how personalities work like that, you know? And now it's time for the basement. Ooh. Whoa. This is... hello. I don't know how to describe this. It's terrifying in a lot of ways. I hope those aren't real skeletons, but you know what skeletons are good for? This. Wait, what? It's not... Oh my god, that was delayed. That was so delayed. What the heck? And that house was amazing. It makes sense that it was on here, the left side, the naturey side. Now it completely makes sense. When we looked at the map, we saw the right side was very square, right? And the left side had like this amazing design, this naturey vibe to the terraforming. And I did not mean to jump that way. Okay, did not mean to jump that way. Okay, there we go. It's a bit difficult to get around on islands. Sometimes parkour is not the best, but... Well, look, the museum is actually right below us. This is an even better view right now. Really, really pretty. The goddess entrance. Well, I am the god. Where's the god entrance? Huh? Where is it? Okay. Okay, we're coming back, and we're gonna have to take a ladder down here. Again, it's such a shame that... Oh, whoa, what? I didn't even see this the first time we walked through. It was actually hidden perfectly, but... It's a shame that they limit you to having so many ramps and bridges. It just seems kind of arbitrary that they put a limit on that. Like, absolutely arbitrary that the limit's not like 20. But I guess they never expected people to decorate like this well, but it's Nintendo and, you know, Japanese people go crazy with this amazing decorative stuff. The Lost City. That explains all the leaning towers we saw from the back. It has a completely different vibe from this side. Wow. This is definitely elegant core. I love how they're using the Zen fencing in this way to look like a city. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And look at me, right here by the motherly statue. Really, really cool. I'm blown away. Now it is time for the interview portion of the video. Make sure you guys stick around. And if you're not interested, hit the subscribe button and like. I think that's the third time I remind you in the video, but you know what? It works, all right? See you guys. All right, and now it is time for the interview portion of the video. I'm here with the island creator, Joe. Joe, thank you so much for letting me come and tour your island. I was actually worried that like a million people would have been messaging you because that trailer you had actually was just so really cool how you like unveiled it to everyone. And I was really excited to come visit right from the start, and you definitely delivered. So thanks again for that.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Yeah, I like to be a little bit extra with, creating trailers, etc. So I'm glad the trailer did the job. I'm glad people saw it, and yeah, it was super fun. And I think after like a very long time creating an island, it's nice to give it a bit of an unveiling, even if it is a bit self-centered, for want of a better phrase.
It's fun, you know what I mean? It's just it's fun. Why not? You know what I mean? And I like that you can express yourself through that, you know, create a little bit of hype, and you worked hard. Why not spend a little bit extra time working a little harder to make it more fun, you know?
I totally agree. I totally agree.
All right, so we're just going to start it off by asking the most simple question of all. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, cool. I'm Joe. I'm from London, as you may be able to work out from my accent. I run a creative agency in London, so I kind of like have creativity embedded in my sort of day-to-day life. So Animal Crossing is the perfect game for that, and it's the creative element that I love the most. Outside of Animal Crossing and work, I guess like I love nature, which probably explains why I love Animal Crossing so much as well. This is actually the first AC game I've actually been able to get properly stuck into with the global situation we find ourselves in. It's been able to allow me to get my teeth stuck into it, so I've hugely enjoyed it. Yeah, I just love getting creative.
Amazing. And I also noticed two things. Number one, you were in the creative something just by every part of the island is the post, and I could just tell, as well as I knew you were into nature because the one theme you chose for your singular house was all nature. And I'm like, oh, I actually made like a pretty big comment about that when we were in the house. It was like shocked by that, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I think so. Something I actually struggle with is actually decorating houses, which is probably why there's only 3 rooms and there's only one house on the island. Like, I always flip between doing something really expansive or like really minimalist with like the attic room, or something that's got lots of stuff in it. So there was a reason that the house looks like it does, which I guess I'll explain a bit when we talk a little bit more about the island. But yeah, I do love nature. The left-hand side of the island is me, and the right-hand side is something completely different.
Your alter ego, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the exact opposite, literally the opposite of nature.
Yeah, exactly that. That horrible industry from the future.
Yeah, exactly, or not so distant. You know what I mean? Like if Cyberpunk went wrong, which it did, actually. Yeah. But we won't talk about that.
I've actually had a lot of people say, when I've posted photos saying, "Oh, I thought this was Cyberpunk when I first saw it." And I guess it probably runs slightly quicker. I don't know. Even though there's some lag. There is some lag over there. There are quite a few items out.
Less glitches, though.
Yeah, true.
So how many hours have you spent on this island? I gotta imagine just the city side must have taken forever, like just placing things, seeing how it looks, and going over and over.
Yeah, so I guess like one thing that takes the most amount of time is I do a lot of stuff where there's like the same item over and over and over again, which I think like there's a lot of inspiration from Japanese islands that or Japanese creators' islands, I should say, that I visit on dream addresses, where there's just so many good pieces of art, I guess, which is just the same item over and over again. So that is the thing that takes the most amount of time, for sure. I think overall it was probably about 700 hours, maybe 800. It's hard to tell because I've got a pick and switch with the same Nintendo Online account, and I've got a feeling that they put the hours together because they're always similar on both switches. So it's hard to tell, but I think it's about 700, 800 hours.
Wow, interesting. That's actually not even close to the most I've seen, so that's pretty tame for what you've accomplished. So you seemed very must have been very focused, you know what I mean? Not a lot of dilly-dallying, you know?
Yeah. And one thing I'm not very good at is speaking to villagers, so that's probably why. So yeah, I basically play the game very, very heavily to like create things. So I guess that's like the number one thing I play the game to do, and it's my second island as well. So I guess I didn't have to do all the stuff at the start. Like there's probably about 50 hours at the start, which is just used to playing the game, I guess. So yeah, that
makes sense. How would you describe your theme? Like, I know one side is nature and it's a little bit of elegant core kind of stuff, but the right side, it's not cyberpunk. What is it?
I guess like dystopian industrial future. The kind of like story of the island. I guess I could explain the story of the island now, like
sure.
A little bit of the lore around it.
Please.
So I didn't really set out to do this when I made the island, but as I continued to make it, I suddenly sort of like stumbled upon this idea that the right side of the island could be where there's been a split in time, and the right side of the island is actually the same island from 666 years in the future. So it kind of has that futuristic, like I guess a little bit Fifth Element vibe. Some people say it gives off a little bit of a Silent Hill vibe as well, but I think for me it was just like, how can we create like the most horrible dystopian future with industry and smog and fog and machinery. Hence why Sprocket and Ribbot live over there, and Biscuit, who has got something going on with his eyes, and Spike, who's obviously all scarred up. It kind of has that feeling of like good and evil. And I guess the lore around the island is that the right-hand side of the island, the futuristic side, is engulfing the left. The left being the polar opposite of what the right is. So like a fantastical squirrel haven. I love the squirrel villages. So we've got a lot of squirrel villages over on the left-hand side, and I hope to finish it off with a couple more. But yeah, I guess that's the idea. And there's that bit in the middle where they like kind of come together, and it's almost like a frontline battlefield type vibe where there's lots of fences, and like the left-hand side of the island is kind of battling off the right-hand side.
Interesting. Yeah, the woodland creatures, you know?
Yeah, exactly that.
What would you say is your favorite area, though? Like, would it be on the right side? Would it be on the left side? Where?
So I think it is on the right side. strangely, I do love. I think I just slightly prefer that side of the island. It's nice having an island that has two really distinct styles, because when you're creating the island, if you get bogged down in one sort of style or one area, you can just go over to the other side and do some bits, and it's kind of like a breath of fresh air. But I think my favourite part is probably furthest top right, which is like the power plant. So I think it just looks extremely oppressive and pretty evil. The cityscape is obviously nice, but I've had it. That was one of the first things I did, and then I kind of made the rest of the islands. So I think the power plant was something I actually recreated. I had something different there before, so it's pretty new, and I also love the silhouettes it creates. So I think that's probably my favorite area.
Interesting. I would say my favorite is I loved what you did with the water power plant with the spinning wheels. Nice. And it was like, what? I never thought of that. That's so cool. They look like turbines, and you had everything just, it looks so real, and I've never seen somebody do something like that. So I was really impressed with the use of items in this island in general.
Oh, thank you.
Speaking of future and past, what are your future plans for your island? Are you going to make a third island now, or like, what are you going to do? So I think I am going to make a third island. I reset my first island last night. Oh man.
There is still a bit of work to do on the left-hand side of this island. I need to get a couple more squirrel villagers just to complete the narrative. I'm not overly happy with the left-hand beach. I find the beach is very tough, and I think a lot of people do. I think the beach is something that, you know, is a bit of a sticking point for a lot of people when you're trying to be creative because of the shape and the size. But I think I love the mint shrine. Mint's my fave, but I think I could do something a little bit more of a storytelling on the left-hand side, and then I think it's probably done.
Interesting. So it's very close to being like, just, it's not that it's a little change, but yeah, just a few little things you got to work on, you know, and it'll be perfect. That's really cool. That's really nice, and I can't wait to see what you do with that, honestly. And
thank you.
What do you think your next island is going to be? What do you think it's going to be?
So I'm trying to challenge myself, because I'm very heavy on terraforming. I love terraforming. The reason I did the right-hand side of this island this time was because I had a bit of a thing where on my first island I couldn't have any square cliffs. I couldn't do anything without it looking natural, and I needed to challenge myself to do something that was a bit more industrial and less natural. So the next island, I'm going to make sure it's set in the daytime, because I've only ever created anything at night, and I think I'm going to make it really flat. I think I'm going to do kind of like a Mad Max style deserted wasteland type idea, where there's like different pockets of civilizations in the corners that maybe have a different vibe to each of them. There might be like a party town, and there might be like an industrial town as well. Kind of learning taking what I've learned from the right side of Tuanela, and kind of creating something a bit new from that. I quite like the idea of making like land vehicles, Land Rovers, out of like items to create these like big vehicles, similar to Mad Max. And I'm a big fan of Mortal Engines, the books, not the film.
Oh yeah.
The film, yeah. The film unfortunately was not very good, and I was really looking forward to it. But I love that series of books. So that kind of idea of like a future where there's not much water, and we'll just have to forget that it's based on a desert island and there's water all around.
Yeah, we'll just pretend. Ignorance is bliss, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So I want to ask about the custom designs. I noticed you don't have a creator code, so I'm assuming you got all of them from online?
No, so they are all original. Every custom design. I mean, I say original. Original is a very loose term. There's obviously a lot of inspiration there. Path on the left-hand side is obviously influenced very heavily by the original path that went wild about 5-6 months ago, or whatever it was. The path, yeah. So I wanted to create a brick version. I had one on my first island as well. I just made this one a little bit greener, a little bit sort of like mossy. So yeah, everything else is created by myself. There are obviously big influences there, like the metal flooring. There are a lot of different styles of that sort of like corrugated flooring and the corrugated iron, like walls and fences and things like that. But I'm a bit of a completionist, so I like everything to try and be my own, even if I've taken influence from somewhere else.
Interesting. There was no creator code when I looked at your passport and stuff like that, so I thought like you had taken them all, but maybe you just have it hidden. So that's really cool. How did that not add like to hundreds and hundreds of hours? Like that must have taken so long making everything from scratch. Well, you are an artist, but still.
Thank you. Yeah, I think the longest was the corrugated iron fences. That took a long time to get the right colors, because obviously learning how pixel art works on the game is something that I've never done before. I've never done pixel art, so learning how certain colors create curves and how others create like square edges is super interesting, and I love doing it. I guess a lot of the reason why the island didn't potentially take as long as expected is because I had all that experience from island number 1. Yeah. So kind of like trained up, for want of a better phrase, like in what to do. And things like the brick path, I kind of had the template from the first island as well. So
interesting. That is really, really cool. And also, guys, just check the description, or right here on the screen, I'll actually have Joe's creator code, or you can go visit the Dream address, which will also be in the description, and I believe you can just go to the kiosk and take them all there. So like that is, oh, that's so cool. So many like 100% unique, like this could, in video in itself is just a showcase for all of your custom designs, you know. Get to see what people do with it, you know.
Yeah, I'd absolutely love to see them used. Love to see them used on other islands for sure.
And for people maybe not necessarily doing the same kind of theme as you, but do you have any advice for people watching that are playing the game, just in general, or even about life, whatever you want?
Yeah, I love this question, and I actually prepared answers properly.
Nice.
I think the number one thing I always find if you're like creating an area is that you always need 50% more room than you think you do. Always. Like, yeah. Like you always look at an area and you think, oh yeah, I could fit something in there, and then you just find out you can't even walk into the area because of how much stuff's around. So that's like number one, I'd say, is that. Number two, one thing that really helped me on this island compared to my first island was that choose a time of day that you really like and that you feel you vibe with, and just create at that time of day the whole time. It allows you to create like a really cohesive island, I feel, if that's the type of thing you're going for. Mm-hmm. And then being consistent with like minimal colors, I think helps as well. I think early on, I tried to be really colorful, and I mean, this is probably just a very personal thing, but you'll find that if you have those color palettes that are very consistent, it kind of creates the overall look and feel and the vibe. And then like this is a piece of advice for myself, but remember to actually chill out and chat to your villagers from time to time. It might be quite nice to play the game properly.
Take your own advice.
Yeah, exactly that. And then I guess the last thing is like, just don't put pressure on yourself at all. I see a lot of people. I know a lot of it's tongue-in-cheek, but you see a lot of people on the timeline saying, oh, I hate my island, I wish my island could be something else, or I wish I could do this. But, you know, every island is completely perfect in its own way. There's always going to be someone doing something else. You know, I've been to Dream addresses before and come back and just thought, nah, I'm not playing this game anymore. I can't do it.
I give up, yeah.
Exactly that. So, yeah, I think that's the number one thing to remember, is that there's no pressure here. It's like the most chilled game ever.
Yeah, and that's like the best advice, because I know people... One of the most common comments I get is like, this video called my island trash in 100 different languages, or any variation of that. I've seen every variation anyone could ever think of, and everyone's just sees these videos and it's like, wow, I feel like crap about mine. It's like, that's not the point. It's supposed to make you the opposite. You should be excited for this, right? Like this,
exactly that. Yeah.
Just steal it. Just copy the ideas. Whatever. Everyone copies at least something, or gets inspiration. Copy, I think, is a negative word. You know, gets inspired by. So. I think it's fine.
Yeah, just nothing in life is 100% original. There's just nothing that's 100% original anymore. So
exactly,
go and get some inspiration, watch a video, go to a Dream address, and try to recreate something similar.
Yeah, and like honestly, as a YouTuber, I feel that too, or a creative professional, I think you would know too. It's just like, are you not going to do something because somebody else has done it? Like, just I've had that thought before. It's like, I want to do this type of video. Oh, but this other channel's doing that, and I don't do that, and I feel like I'd be copying. It's like, oh, so it's just like, am I not allowed to make other content? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you not allowed to like use the path because someone else did? No, use it. That's awesome. Like, that's the point, you know?
That's exactly what art's about. That's exactly what art's about. It's about interpreting something you've seen in your own way and developing it, or doing something completely different.
Yeah. Finally, last but not least, if people want to keep up to date with you, or just get in touch, or whatever they want to do you have any social media that you want people to follow you on?
Sure, yeah. So I'm on Twitter at Joe Animelli. that's the only social media platform I'm on, because I like the conversational aspect of Twitter. I like the back and forth, and I feel like Instagram is a bit more like an art gallery. It's a bit more of a showy off place, and I like the interaction. I like the humor side of it as well on Twitter. So Twitter's where you can find me.
Amazing. So that'll be in the description, guys. Anything you need will be in the description. And I just want to say thank you so much again, Joe. This was a pleasure. Really fun talking to you in the interview. Really fun walking around with you. But again, Joe, thank you. I hope you have a good rest of 2021. It just began, but it's going so slow. It's going so slow.
Thank you very much. And thank you for coming. I had the best time, and it was great. It was really fun. Thank you so much, and happy 2021 to you too.
Yes, exactly.